Hi friends, good evening. This is Shanmukrao Sivala. I welcome you to today's class, Parts of Speech. Let us discuss the fourth one is verb form. So before going to the class, please like and share it to all your friends and groups friends because this class is very useful. We are discussing in a detailed manner, in depth about the verb, about the parts of speech. And please like, share it to all your friends and groups and subscribe my channel. And thank you all for watching my videos and supporting me. Now let us discuss today's topic, verb. So far we know very little about the verb, but now let us go in a detailed way, in-depth study of a verb. What is a verb? A verb, so the definition is, it tells what someone or something is or does or experiences. What someone or something is. It shows the state of somebody, state of, position of somebody or something. Or else what somebody or something does or did. What somebody or something does. Or else what somebody or something experiences. So it shows these three things, either state or position, is, does, doing something, does, and experiencing something. Or else another definition, it expresses action. It shows action. Or it is called, otherwise called as doing word. Verb is always doing something. It is it is always doing something, so it is called as a doing word. Or sometimes it shows state, position, showing a state or position of someone or something. So let us see. Jim Corbett killed many tigers. Here killed is a verb. And what Jim Corbett did? He killed many tigers. What Jim Corbett did? The verb tells us. The verb shows us the action of Jim Corbett. What Jim Corbett did is told by the verb. Killed. What he did? He killed many tigers. Killed is a verb. And gold is a precious metal. Precious, costly. Here is showing the state of gold, the position of gold. The position of gold is very costly. Gold is very costly metal. It is showing the position or state of gold. So now, and he doesn't quarrel with anyone. He does not quarrel with anyone. So here does plus quarrel, both verbs are there. Quarrel is called as a main verb. Does is called as a helping verb. So he does not quarrel with anyone. Quarrel shows action or doing something. And again, verbs are, broadly speaking, verbs are divided into two categories or two types. They are called as, we divided verb into two categories or two kinds. One is auxiliary verb. Or otherwise known as a helping verb. Auxiliary verb or otherwise called as helping verb. And second category is main verb. The other name of main verb is lexical verb. Main verb or lexical verb. Again, auxiliary verbs are divided into two categories. Auxiliary verbs or helping verbs are divided into two categories. One is modal auxiliaries. Second one is primary auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries and primary auxiliaries. What are modal auxiliaries? Modal auxiliaries means these: can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought, need, dare. So these are all 12 in number. These 12 are called as modal auxiliaries. So we have to remember that after these modal auxiliaries always comes V1. Main verb V1 comes. V1. For example, can meet. Can plus meet only, V1 only comes. Can plus meet. And if B form comes, V3 form comes. Can be can be met, can be taken, can be written, can write or can be written. Can plus V1, can write, or else can be, if we use can be written, V3 form. Okay. So after all these we use V1. V1 comes. If B form is used means V3. B form plus V3. Okay friends, modal auxiliaries means these 12 are called as modal auxiliaries. Next one, primary auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are again divided into 3 categories or 3 kinds. First one is B forms. What are B forms? In present tense, is, am, are. Present tense, if B is given, present tense means is, are, am. Past tense, was, were. Was, were. In passive voice and passive voice, being, been. Be, being, been. Be, being, been. These are all the B forms. Is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. Be, being, been. These are all called as B forms. Next category is do forms. Do forms. Do, does, doing, did and done. Do, does, doing, did and done. These are called as do forms. Next comes have forms. Have forms. Has, have, having and had. Has, have, present tense. Having and had, past tense. These are all called as have forms. So these are all together called as auxiliary verbs. These are all auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. These are all helping verbs. Next, let us come to main verb or lexical verb. Main verbs are again divided into 6 categories. Main verbs are of 6 types. First one is regular verbs. Regular verbs. Second one is irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Third one is transitive verbs. Transitive verbs. Fourth one is intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs. Fifth one is finite verbs. Finite verbs. Sixth one is non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. So this is all the history of a verb. Now let us discuss what is a regular verb. Let us see. Regular verbs, otherwise known as, other name is weak verbs. A regular verb or other name of regular verb is weak verb. Weak forms, weak verbs. And these are formed by adding ed or d or t to the V1. These are formed, past tense and past participle are formed by adding ed or d or t to V1. For example, kill is V1. Kill, killed. Ed is added. Present tense, past participle. 3 forms of the verb. First form, kill. Killed. Ed is added to kill. V2. This is past tense. And V3, past participle. Killed. Kill, killed, killed. Ed and ed is added. So this is called as a regular verb or weak verb. Next one, complete. V1. Completed. V2. Only D is added. D is added. Completed. Next, third form is completed. D is added. By adding only D, we made 2 second and third form of the verb. So these are either ed or here D is added to V1. Complete, completed, completed. Next one is spend. V1. Spend. Spent. Only T is added. Spent, spent, spend, spent, spent. Only T is added. T. So for V1 we add either ed or D or T. So they are all called as regular verbs or otherwise known as weak verbs. Weak verbs. Okay friends. Now let us proceed. Let us study irregular verbs. What are irregular verbs? Let us see now. Okay friends, let us see. Second one is irregular verbs. Irregular verbs means strong verbs. What are strong verbs? V1, V2, V3. The verb changes completely. The verb which changes completely, they are called as irregular verbs or strong verbs. Okay. Swim, swam, swum. The verb form completely changed. Swim, swam, swum. See, saw, seen. steal, stole, stolen. Know, knew, known. The verb form completely changed. So these are all called as irregular verbs or otherwise known as strong verbs. Next one is third category, transitive verb. Transitive verb, what is a transitive verb? It takes an object. So while changing from active to passive, we identify subject, verb, object. If object is there means that is a transitive verb. If object is there means that verb is a transitive verb. It takes an object. The cat killed a mouse. The cat killed a mouse. The cat is subject. Killed is verb. A mouse is object. So this is an object, that's why killed is a transitive verb. Only transitive verbs can be changed into passive voice. Only transitive verbs can be changed into passive voice. Mohan took my bike. Mohan subject, took verb, my bike is an object. So object is there, so that's why this verb is a transitive verb. When there is an object, that verb is a transitive verb. Such verbs only can be changed into passive voice. Next up. Again, transitive verbs are of two types. Stative verb. Stative means it does not change. Cost only. Bet, put. Shut. These they won't change. They are called as stative verbs. And the second category, dynamic verbs. Dynamic means it will be changed. The verb form changes. Next, fourth one is intransitive verb. Intransitive verb means it does not take an object. Whenever there are no object, so that verb is called as an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb cannot be changed into passive voice. Intransitive verbs cannot be changed into passive voice. For example, he slept in this room. He is a subject, slept is a verb. In this room, this is not an object. So this sentence cannot be changed into passive voice. He slept in this room. And she came. She is subject to verb. There is no object. So that is why this is an intransitive verb. She goes to school daily. She, subject, goes, verb. So there is no object after goes. So goes is an intransitive verb. So these sentences cannot be changed into passive voice because there are no objects in these sentences. No objects. Okay, friends. And next one is fifth one. Fifth one is finite verb. What is a finite verb? It shows the number, person and tense. It shows the number, person and tense. So the verb which changes is called as a finite verb. If we change the tense, the verb changes. They are all finite verbs. For example, he sings. He, third person singular, that's why sings. S is added to V1. Sings. We sing. Here V1 is used because here we, subject is plural. With plural subject we use V1. Third person singular, that's why S is added to V1. Sings. She, past tense. We changed the tense. Sing became sang. She sang. And I am a doctor. I, with I, am is used. He is a good dancer. With he, verb is changed. He is used with he. They are sisters. They, subject changed. So are. So the verbs are changing. Whenever it shows this person changes means verb changes. So tense, when we change the tense, the verb changes. So they are all called as finite verbs. And non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. Finite verbs will come in main clauses. Main clauses. Non-finite verbs will come in simple sentences. Simple sentences. There are three kinds of sentences. Simple sentences, compound sentences and complex sentences. In simple sentences we use all these non-finite verbs will come in simple sentences. Finite verbs will come in main clauses. Main clauses. Non-finite verb. So first one is to infinitive. To infinitive means 2 plus V1 is called as a to infinitive. Again, it is of two kinds. She likes to hear music. She likes to hear music. To hear is a non-finite verb because it does not change even if you change the tense of the sentence. She likes. Likes is a finite verb. It changes if we change the tense. She liked to hear music. If we change the tense, she liked. Likes became liked. So this is, it changed. So this is a finite verb. Whereas she likes to hear, she liked to hear. Liked also here, to hear remains unchanged even if you change the tense. So to hear is a non-finite verb which does not change even if you change the tense. And she wanted to buy a necklace. She wanted is a finite verb. To buy is a non-finite verb because to buy does not change even if you change the tense. She had wanted to buy. She wanted to buy. She wants to buy. To buy remains unchanged. So this is called to infinitive. It is a non-finite verb. And second category is bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means without to. Only V1 without to is bare infinitive. I saw him go. I saw him play. I saw, finite verb this is. I saw him play. Play is a non-finite verb. This is a bare infinitive. Only V1 without to is called as a bare infinitive. He watched me go. He watched me go. Go is a non-finite verb. This is bare infinitive because without to. Bare infinitive means without to. To infinitive means 2 plus V1. Okay friends, first one. Non-finite verb in first one. Non-finite verb, second one. Verb plus ing form without a helping verb. Verb plus ing form without a helping verb. For example, present participle. They are called as present participle or gerund. Present participle or gerund. Present participle used as verb and adjective after objects. Present participle is used as verb. Sometimes used as verb, sometimes adjective. It comes after objects. Example, I saw him drowning. I saw him drowning. Drowning is a non-finite verb. And here it came after the object. Him is an object. After the object it came. And this is a verb plus ing form. Drown plus ing. Drowning. And there is no helping verb before it. There is no helping verb before it. So that's why drowning is a non-finite verb. Verb plus ing form without helping verb. There is no helping verb before it. So that's why drowning is a non-finite verb. Drowning is a present participle. Drowning is a present participle because it came after the object. Subject, verb, object. After object it came without any helping verb. So that is why it is the drowning is a present participle. It is used as a verb. The drowning man cried for help. The drowning man cried for help. Drowning man. Man is a noun. Before man it came. So drowning is an adjective. And before drowning there are no helping verbs. There are no helping verbs before drowning. So the drowning is a non-finite verb. And this is called as a present participle because used as an adjective. Present participle. These two are present participles. Here it is used as a verb. Here it is used as an adjective. And there are no helping verbs before them. So that's why these two are called as present participles. Present participle. Verb plus ing form. And this is smoking is injurious to health. Smoking. This is also verb plus ing form. Used as a subject, used as a noun. Here smoking is a gerund. Smoking is a gerund used as a subject. Smoking is injurious to health. So these are all gerunds and present participle and gerund are called as non-finite verbs. Present participle and gerund are called as non-finite verbs. Next, second. Third category is past participle without any helping verb. Past participle means V3 without any helping verb is called as a non-finite verb. For example, her spoken English is not better than her written English. Her spoken English. English is a noun. Before noun spoken V3. V3 without any helping verb. There are no helping verbs before V3. So this spoken is a past participle. V3 form. Past participle. Past participle used as an adjective here. Spoken English. past participle used as an adjective. So here past participle, there are no helping verbs before past participle means that is a non-finite verb. Spoken is non-finite verb because there are no helping verbs before it. Is not better than her. Written English. English, noun, before noun V3, written. So this is used as an adjective. There are no helping verbs before written. So written is a non-finite verb. This is called as a past participle without any helping verb. This verb is called non-finite verb. V3 without any helping verb means that is a non-finite verb. And he got his radio repaired. Repaired, V3 form, is a non-finite verb. There are no helping verbs before it. So repaired is a non-finite verb. And he had his teeth polished. He had his teeth polished. Polished is a V3 past participle without any helping verb before it. So polished is a non-finite verb. So non-finite verbs up to now 1 to infinitive. Second, verb plus ing form without a helping verb. Third one, past participle without any helping verb. These three are non-finite verbs, and let us discuss. Two more are there. Let us discuss now. Okay friends, fourth one is non-finite verbs. Being plus past participle. Past participle means V3 form. Being plus V3. Being plus past participle is a non-finite verb. Being encouraged by her parents, she became a collector. Being encouraged, being plus V3. Being plus V3. This is non-finite verb. Being plus V3 is a, this V3 form is a non-finite verb because there are no helping verbs before it. Being encouraged by her parents, she became a collector. So encouraged is a non-finite verb. Okay. Being harassed. Being harassed by his owner, the servant ran away. Being harassed. Harassed is a non-finite verb. It is V3 form without any helping verb. So this is being plus V3, non-finite verb. Being harassed by his owner, the servant ran away. Being plus V3, V3 form is a non-finite verb. Plus last one is having plus past participle. Past participle means V3. So this having plus past participle is also a non-finite verb. So having bought the car, he learned driving. Having bought, having plus V3. This V3 without any helping verb. So bought is a non-finite verb. Bought is a non-finite verb because there are no helping verbs before it. Having bought the car, he learned driving. And having read the book, he kept it in the shelf. Having read, this is V3. V3 without any helping verb before it. Having plus V3. So this is also a non-finite verb. Having read the book, comma, he kept it in the shelf. So this is generally, it comes in the, these are all simple sentences. Simple, compound, complex when we discuss, these are all simple sentences. Because non-finite verbs will come in simple sentences, generally. Okay friends, I hope that all of you understood what is a verb. I have given you the detailed history of the verb. So there is a lot actually. So I hope that you can understand. Whoever are interested, they can learn completely in-depth study of a verb, the complete history of a verb. It will definitely be very useful to every one of you. So thank you for watching my videos. Please like and share it to all your friends and groups and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your support.